Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Hedera and Hbar. So with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. Listen, it has been a very exciting year for Hedera, but it's also been a very exciting time for DeFi and for a lot of the ecosystem players, as we have seen a lot of them grow tremendously. One of them is SushiSwap. Listen, go back a year ago, or a little bit over a year ago. It was roughly August of 2022, where I was actually invited to announce the launch of SushiSwap on an X Spaces. Now, for those that weren't there for it, we knew that DeFi on Hedera was going to be a tremendous feat. We knew that it was going to be incredible, and we knew that it was going to be a game changer. Well, today, we actually just seen an announcement from the SushiSwap team, weekly volume all-time high. Previous Hedera on-chain volume records have just been crushed. Post SushiSwap V2 launch, average trading volumes are up over 300%. This is the kind of activity that attracts more users and developers to the network. Hedera is just getting started. And this is $19.5 million of overall volume on SushiSwap. But we do see here on December 9th, look at that volume. That's a massive spike. And it just shows you that people are realizing the value of DeFi on a platform like Hedera. This is an incredible feat, but we have seen tremendous updates from the SushiSwap team. V2, game changer. You need to pay attention to things like this because, again, DeFi is so overlooked, especially in terms of TVL. You need to be looking into it. And it's crazy because on December 6th, we just seen them talk about 24-hour volume all-time high as well. If we look at the 1 month time frame back then, we've seen almost $3 million worth of volume on the exchange. This activity has generated over $7,000 in fees alone, annualized. That's $2.5 million plus for SushiSwap liquidity providers. It's crazy. It's crazy. And again, this is only going to continue to grow. Also, big shout out to Zepsi. Check this out as well. DeFi is not the only thing growing. We actually just covered the 2023 a year in review from the Hbar Foundation, which we did see some incredible statistics there. But check out the NFTs minted. I wonder who that could be, minting 416,000 plus new NFTs in the past 48 hours on Hedera mainnet. Brace yourself for gaming in the Hbar ecosystem in 2024. And guys, NFT volume. I mean, this is something like I've never seen before. 416,000 new NFTs in just 2 days. History is being made here. This is historic stuff. Because again, from here on out, I think that Hedera and Hbar is going to be taken a lot more seriously. Because when we look at what's happening, the game is changing. The stats on Hedera are proof of that. And the efficiencies of Hedera as well. I'm telling you guys, it is something unlike anything else. This is also why I say during the bear market, you want to focus on the players that are revolutionizing the way blockchain and DLT and even Hashgraph, if you will, because again, we know Hashgraph's different in its own category. But it's revolutionizing the way that this technology is utilized, especially from the enterprise grade side. And it's because of the efficiencies that the network actually boasts. But also, that's not the only thing. Again, from Zepsi, he actually quoted this, and we see here that in 60 hours, 1 million plus NFTs have been minted on the Hedera mainnet. The Hbar ecosystem is not slowing down as the year comes to a close. I'm telling you guys right now, as the market gives you opportunities to buy a lot of these great projects lower, Hbar is one that you must be focused on. And it's not just because of these stats. It's because of what we have seen this entire year. If we go over to Metrica, so I've been watching Metrica for a little bit of time now, as you guys are probably all aware. But in the 1 day span, we've seen over 250 million total transactions. Compared to what we were recently seeing, when we've seen about roughly 100 million total transactions in a 1 day span, do you guys remember how loud X was? Social volume was erupting. Now, it's as if this is normal because we got accustomed to it. But think about how big of a change this actually is. And think about how monumental this is. You're talking almost 3,000 average TPS. 200 and almost 52 million total transactions in a 24-hour span. Not to mention the 1 week, which is over 1.5 billion total transactions now. And if we go to the 1 day span and we scroll down, we can actually see account growth as well, which is another stat that I've been really looking into. In a 1 day span, we've seen almost 2.4 thousand new accounts created. And you could also see fungible token history as well. And again, there's a lot of great statistics here. And by the way, for those that are looking at the fungible token summary, Metrica is a little bit behind on this. I found that the best platform to actually utilize is Dragonglass. And that gives you a little bit more of a better view at a lot of those NFTs and NFT creations as well. But also transactions, we can actually see the live transactions right now doing about roughly 2.8 thousand TPS. We're over 34.5 billion transactions. I mean, it's insane if you actually think about it, especially year to date. Like, this is the year to date. Almost 32 billion of these transactions were added just this year. That is insane. The amount of adoption that's out there for Hedera versus the rest of this market is night and day. And last but not least, I also want to talk to you guys a little bit more about Bank Social. So we did a deep dive on Bank Social, but we just recently seen a huge announcement actually from the team. Open banking platform Bank Social has today announced the launch of Bank Social Wallet 2.0 app, a uniquely multi-chain Hedera-compatible self-custody solution with integrated staking and KYC capabilities for seamless interaction with DeFi protocols. This is huge. This is a big game changer. Again, decentralized banking, and again, when you are your own bank, technically, that is a revolution in itself. Everyone wants to cut the banks out. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that here in a second, but I want to dive into the actual announcement here. So we do see Bank Social announces new Wallet 2.0, the first self-custody multi-chain Hedera wallet with integrated staking. Again, this is incredible to see. I love to see these moves being made, especially in the DeFi space. Like I said, DeFi is a big opportunity. It's a big space. As the industry matures, we see multi-chain collaboration as an important progression towards broader enterprise and individual adoption. I completely agree. The future is multi-chain. There's not just going to be one player and that's it. The new Bank Social multi-chain self-custody wallet with integrated one-button staking is a fantastic step from Bank Social towards true open banking. The Bank Social wallet app is the foundation for our open banking platform. By downloading the app, users can own an intuitive and secure tool to navigate the best Web3 has to offer. This also gives credit unions a future-focused tool that can be launched immediately to their members without significant onboarding, cost, and integration times. Again, love to see this for mass adoption to be realized in as well. And the platform itself, we got a little bit of an in-depth view here. This is how good the platform actually looks in terms of UI. Let me ask you this. When you log into your bank account, when you log into your credit card account, doesn't this look very similar? Or better yet, doesn't this look very similar to pretty much any payment app like Venmo, Cash App, things like that? The UI is so damn familiar. The reason why I bring that up is because UI. A lot of people have asked me, Nick, what do you think the gateway to mass adoption will be? I've always said the same exact thing. The UI is an obstacle. It's the number one reason why MetaMask or even Ledger, like cold storage crypto, a lot of these cold storage devices have a very clunky UI. It's very hard to navigate. It's very hard to understand. The typical individual that is not tech savvy is not going to get it. The same way that they are not going to get it in terms of MetaMask, in terms of, Coinbase Wallet or any of these other, wallets. They want something like this. They want something where it's a very clean wallet. You have everything there. You could send and receive. You could even earn. This is what they want. They want something that is familiar. This is what mass adoption looks like. I know that it sounds crazy. I know that it might sound stupid to some people, but this is what it truly looks like. And I've said that even around Galaxy, which is also built on Hedera. It's revolutionizing because the overall UI is so familiar. It's so clean. It's so crisp. It's something that users need. And I love to see this. But also, on par with this, back in March of this year, we seen Brian Brooks be appointed to the board of the Hbar Foundation. Now, mind you, Brian Brooks is one of the most intellectual individuals within the space. You need to listen to Brian when he talks, because this is one that has been around finance for his entire life. He served as the acting comptroller of the currency, where he was the administrator of the federal banking system and the chief executive of the 3,500 employee federal agency responsible for chartering and supervising banks, comprising 70% of all banking activity in the US. He also served as a member of the board of directors of Fannie Mae and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, and a voting member of the Financial Stability Oversight Council. This is one that has a massive background. And he even said that advancing responsible, widespread adoption of DLT and Web3 is something I feel passionately about, and I'm thrilled to work with the talented teams across the Hbar Foundation to make this a reality. The Hbar Foundation, through a comprehensive grant program, has successfully grown awareness, accelerated access, and increased commerce in the Hbar economy by providing expert support across technology, marketing, and business development. Together, we will continue to be the thought leaders and drive the industry forward to deliver on the vision of making Hedera the trust layer of the internet. Now, like I said, he comes with a substantial background, but what's crazy is this quote here. I think we all know the real reason Jamie Dimon hates crypto. Cryptocurrency does not seek to replace currency. It's a bad name. Cryptocurrency seeks to replace banking. This is Brian Brooks. Listen closely.
Cryptocurrency does not seek to replace currency. It's a bad name. Cryptocurrency seeks to replace banking. The core things that banks have done since the 1300s, those are going to go away. 100%. And let's just be clear what I mean by that. The reason that we even have banks originated in Italy around the year like 1340, all right? And the reason they originated was because of a set of accounting advances that allowed banks to serve as trusted intermediaries between parties that owed each other money. Before that, literally, I would write you a note and I would promise to pay you money and you'd put the note in your pocket and you'd see if anybody else would take the note. That's why we refer to discounting notes. And then banks arose, and it was like, you no longer need to do that. We'll take care of it for you, but you're going to have to pay us to do that. That function of needing a trusted intermediary to maintain ledgers of account to figure out, do I owe Brooks money or does Brooks owe me money? It turns out that function no longer has to be done by human beings. The same way we don't need postal clerks anymore. I can send you an email for free and it's instant, and that's just the end of the post office. Sorry, but it just is. That function will go away. What's going to be left for banks is the high value add services, structured finance, investment advisory, all of the things that make a dynamic economy function. We still need people to do that. There's a lot of creativity going on in finance. But the core of banking, the base of the pyramid, the thing that drives most of their revenue, doesn't need to exist. And that's why I say, and I was saying to one of the organizers even before we stood up on this panel, cryptocurrency does not seek to replace currency. It's a bad name. Cryptocurrency seeks to replace banking. Just if you take nothing from this panel but that's what you need to understand.
And there you guys have one of the most legendary quotes out there that I've ever seen. And when you look at what Hedera has done, and when you look at what Hedera has been doing, and the statistics behind Hedera, the efficiencies behind Hedera versus the traditional world, it is an absolute game changer. And this is why I have said, pay attention to the moves that Hedera has made this year, and pay attention to the moves that they continue to make. banking and the world of finance is being shaken up right now. And it's players like Hedera that are going to be at the forefront of this and are going to be the ones that truly bring the entire banking and the financial system into the digital age. This is also why I focused on companies like Ripple. This is also why I focused on companies like Casper, Stellar, you name it. We are seeing one of the largest revolutions ever. And it's all revolving around the largest technological advancement in human history. So pay attention to this. Make sure that you are doing as much research as possible. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on. If there's more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.